In this video, we're going to take a look at painting weights. Painting weights allows us to interactively paint a value that is weighted to a specific joint. In order to operate this tool, we need to first have our weighted geometry selected. So this is our crow that has already been bound. We'll have it selected and go to Skin, Paint Skin Weights tool, and open the options to bring up my tool settings. As soon as I engage the Paint Skin Weights tool, we can see that the color or the shading changes on my model. And now I'm given a shaded black model with a weighted area shown in gray. That weighted area is the weights that correspond to the root joint. We can see right here that is the one that's selected. If I go through and select different joints, we can see the weight that is assigned to that particular joint and the vertices that are assigned to it. I'm going to click out of that and just select the leg joint so we can see the area that we want to paint. I'm going to hit E to rotate the joint and just rotate this, and we can see that we have a lot more vertices attached to that leg joint than we really want to. When I rotate the leg, I don't want the tail or portions of the body to be influenced. So we'll go back to our Paint Weight tool, and let's select that leg joint. And there is my weight, again, represented in grayscale. Now, grayscale is great for painting when we can actually see high values, but lower values tend to get lost. And you'll be able to see what I mean here. If I scroll down and check Use Color Ramp, you'll notice that we get a lot more values being shown here using this color ramp of red to blue, and blue being very subtle weights. And if I go back to our black and white, really difficult, near impossible to tell that there are any weights or weight values up here at the top of the model. I'm going to leave my color ramp on and go back here. And I've got a lot of different joints to choose from. I want to narrow this down, and I also want to restrict any other joints from being affected by what I'm about to paint. To do that, I'm going to select the top, scroll down, hold Shift, and select the entire column. Then I can click to lock all of those joints. Locking a joint will prevent any weights from being assigned to it. Now, currently, I have all of my joints locked. We don't want to do that. So I'm going to go back and just select the joints that I know will be influenced. I'm going to click on the root, the body, left leg, and left knee. With those selected, I'll then deactivate that lock. Now I can paint weights for them. And then I'm also going to choose to pin my selection. This will get rid of all of the other joints so I don't have to see them, and just give me the joints in question, all the joints that I actually want to paint on. So I'm going to click back to left leg, and let's scroll down and move to our actual paint operations. The paint operation I want is replace. And since I'm going to be removing a lot of these weights, I'm going to choose the solid brush and change the value to 0. This will effectively remove all of the weight from the particular vertice that I'm painting on. So let's go out onto the model. And again, this is the left leg joint. We can see that it is highlighted. And I'll just start to paint. You can paint just by hitting the left mouse button. And we'll go around and just get rid of all of those weights. We do not want the left leg influencing any of those vertices. And I'm going to leave the rest of that there. That should be pretty good. Let's check our other joints. We'll go to the left knee. You can see the left knee down here is affecting some of the vertices up here. So let's paint those to 0 as well. Certainly don't need it to affect the tail. There, perfect. Go back to left leg. Everything still looks good there. Body is good and root is good. Now, the reason why I selected the root and the body and kept them unlocked is because as I paint left leg 0, the weights that I'm removing have to go somewhere. And so I'm forcing them to go to the root or to the body. If I didn't, let's just unpin everything. If I had all of these other joints here not locked, then the weight could have been distributed to those. So we could have ended up with some weird weight value on the wing or some other joint. So keeping them locked just prevents any of those influences going astray. Now, if I wanted to do the opposite, let's scroll down. We'll pin here and we'll just use our leg. We have those selected and we'll scroll down. And instead of replacing with a 0 weight, I'm actually going to paint weight. So we'll bring that up to 1. And I'm also going to turn the color ramp off and just go to black and white. Now when I come out here and paint, you'll see that is actually painting values there, and all of those will then affect the leg. I'm going to undo that, go back to our good weights, select that joint, and we'll rotate this. And you can see none of those vertices are being affected anymore by the leg joint.